get out, maybe Mount Pleasant is very adamant that we can't get out of the plan that they have. And I don't want to get us into a situation where we're taking a long time to come up with our own plan and we are in fact forced into something that would essentially bankrupt some of our residents.
Right, and they've had years to develop this plan, and we get a month to take a look at an alternative. So
I guess maybe that's our question.
I mean, my experience
if we're actively working on an alternative, could they force us into?
No, they would wait.
I think that we ought to send them a letter telling them that we will not be ready for April, but we will be ready for May.
That would be better. No way we at least could look at
We
it.
need to have an opportunity to meet with the people in Southview and perhaps in Gilmore as well, and let them know what our thoughts are, and before we make a decision, to hear what our residents have to say.
Well, I think what's important, if Dan comes up with a number that's at or well under that other proposal that just did Southview to Mount Pleasant, and that does put the brakes on it. The DEP would go along with that also because they would rather pick up another area like that than just have us go full ahead on an old plan.
I agree, but I think that they are the people
Well, that would give us time for them to also contact Gilmore residents. How about if we get that in form of a motion authorizing Dawn to send a letter, first of all, to Mount Pleasant saying that we need to.
I'll make the motion.
To wait till May.
Yeah, we'll be ready to give them an answer in May. It's been moved and seconded here that Dan or Dawn to send the letter. It moved and seconded. Those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. The motion carries. Now, the motion that we had on the floor already was for authorizing Gateway to do this work.
So moved.
Moved and seconded. Those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. The motion carries. All right, thank you, Dan. For 058-2015, it's for approval of the minutes of the regular meeting on Monday, February 2nd.
So moved.
Second.
And second, those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. The motion carries. 059-2015 for the special meeting of Monday, February 9th, at the appointment to special counsel for Act 13 litigation. The motion has been moved. Seconded. Those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. The motion carries. And for 060-2015, for the special meeting we had on Thursday, February 26th for this road program. Moved and seconded. Those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. The motion carries.
Carol, I need to abstain.
Okay, 061-2015 for the general fund invoices from February 1st through February 28th, 2015.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. The motion carries.
Yeah.
Please record that vote, Carol. We do have 3 items to discuss in executive session. One of them is the FLIR litigation that's ongoing, the Chaney litigation, as Chris has mentioned, and also is the Durbin litigation to bring us up on a stormwater issue and on Meadowcrest. So we do need to go to an executive session. Is there anything else you think is going to come up that we might tell them on new business?
Yeah, there are a number of things I want to go over.
Oh, we better hold up an executive session. Well, let me go. Do you have any reports, Chris? I mean, anything other than the 3 things we need to discuss in executive session?
No, those are the 3. Those are the 3 things that I want to bring up.
All right, Bruce. Okay, Bruce.
Just one note. I emailed it was presented to the Planning Commission in February, the annual report. I emailed it to the board as part of my report last week. I provided a hard copy for the board as well. It's sort of just one thing is so amazing that in 2014, the amount of single-family homes almost doubled from 2013. We have 54 new single families in 2013 versus 94 in 2014. So there is still continued growth in the township. But that's really the only thing I had on there.
Phil, anything particular? Dan?
One item that I corresponded with the board with over the month, in early February, I sent you out a report related to the Township's MS4 program. If you recall, our MS4 program is our taking care of our permit for storm sewers that discharge the waters of the Commonwealth. We're under a permit that was renewed last year. It's a 5-year permit. There's work that will have to take place this year again to do the testing of the outfalls, to work on the 6 minimum controls related to that. So I just wanted to make the board aware that, that we'll be taking on this work, and we'll be reporting the annual report to the DEP in April related to this, and meeting with Dawn to develop a plan to continue to work into this next year. That's all.
Okay, thanks, Dan. Carol?
Chief? Yes, I do. I want to take this opportunity to inform the Board of Supervisors that Officer Steve McCain has completed his 1-year probation. Officer McCain has performed in an excellent manner during his probationary period. I'm asking the Board to please make a motion to recognize Steve McCain as a full-time police officer under the current police contract for procedural reasons.
We wish to inform of a motion. Any questions first? Good move.
I'll second.
Dan seconded. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The motion carries.
Officer McCain says thank you.
Anything else?
I have some,
Well, wait, are you going to get any of the firemen? Have anything, note, something particular?
I got just a couple points. One for Bruce. If we could get a fire inspection of the new volleyball courts before occupancy. Is there range yet?
Absolutely.
Thanks.
Their target date is probably towards the end of this month.
Okay.
I'll talk to the
So roughly whenever you can.
Sure.
Tom, I've read the Lewicki Tower might go through, communications tower.
Well, it's a conditional use.
Yes.
The zoning hearing board granted a variance. They needed that before they could even apply for a conditional use. There has been an appeal.
In general, we were looking into if there's public safety access on any towers that are existing or in the future. If we could just follow up on that for the next meeting.
Come to our conditional use hearing whenever they request that.
wait just a minute. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I understand that because of the appeal that was taken, everything stops, correct? Until such time as the courts made a decision.
Right, well, the appeals stay pending, we'll
Okay.
take the deal.
Okay, so whatever might have happened at the planning commission meeting, that is now wiped out as well for the present time. I did not get to attend the planning commission meeting, but I understand it was on the agenda. Were there any decisions made, Bruce?
The only decision that was made, the subdivision application and the site plan were tabled due to the fact that they still do not have additional information to provide us. The conditional use, however, was recommended to be passed on to the board, but in light of the pending litigation,
So everything's on hold now.
I would like to just make a comment to Bill. You had, I guess, emailed Dawn about this, and at the planning commission meeting when the conditional use was discussed, sort of being somewhat in the business of that, I did question that to their attorney, and because that's typically a sort of somewhat of an incentive that carriers will, tower owners will do. But I took it one step further. I mentioned that depending upon if the most carriers, cell carriers, have a specific height that they desire or need for transmitting and receiving. I also put that out there as well, that we would, or the township and County 911 would have also the same rights as to dictate where they could be located on the tower. A lot of times that's not stated in approvals, and they just say, we'll make it available, but you could be at a height on tower where it would be effective.
Right.
So
And
I'm on top of that.
And we're due to have a fire district meeting with the supervisors and Dawn. And I just want to bring it up to do a little research ahead of time so we don't have to wait another month, bring it up next month and wait another month, something to think about for that access. But the last thing was, with all the road construction, especially in our end of the district, our fire district with the cemetery, the Alleghenies, and proposed all the construction, I'd like to really get some updates on how they're going to close roads, when they're going to close roads, how they're going to change things. because I plan on working with you and going to the state senators and Murphy to see if we can smooth some things out for access to that interstate for us, for our response area. So that's a couple things on the burner I just want people to think about, we can plan for. That's all right.
Good, we'll plan on it. Just getting back to the tower, what feeling did you get from the applicant whenever you even mentioned the county word?
Oh, there was no objection at all.
Oh, that's great, that's great. We never thought that's for the county, we just asked on the other towers for the township. Thank you. Is there any other firemen? Do you have any interest in notes? Dan? All right. Elizabeth,